This is my second time.
The first time you came to Ghana, and then you told your people back in the state that you want to come to Africa, what was their response?
They were happy for me. My people were happy for me because a lot of Americans never. Whew, they never get. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Essie Lachey.
Come again.
Essie Lachey.
Essie Lachey. Essie Lachey.
Yes.
Ah, nice meeting you, Essie.
Nice to meet you.
Is today your first time? Is this your first time in Ghana?
No, this is my second.
Your second? What is your first impression about our country?
My first impression is this is a country of proud heritage.
Proud heritage.
Yes.
You know, when you got on the plane, where are you from?
I live in Denver, Colorado, United States.
United States. You got in the plane and then you flew to Kotoka here, came out of the airport and then you saw our city. How was the impression?
Beautiful, vibrant, and happy. I love the fishing villages.
You visited some?
Yes.
Where have you been?
Cape Coast, Takrady.
You've been to Takrady?
Yes.
Ah, nice. That is my city actually.
Yeah, my family is from
Takrady.
Cape Coast. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
yes.
from Takrady. Which part
I have
of Takrady?
family there. I'm not sure what part, but I have family there.
Okay, okay.
And Elmina as well.
Amazing.
So I understand now why I like seafood so much.
Yeah, you like
Because
seafood
it's in
now?
my blood.
Ah.
No, I've always liked seafood, but when I come here and I see how much seafood is available just right in my own village, then I know, like, oh,
Take advantage
this
full
is,
time.
oh,
What is your best local food?
my best local food. Oh my gosh, wache.
Watch it.
You can't make me do best. Red.
You like red?
Oh yes, and what else? Oh, tilapia.
You like tilapia?
Oh, I love the
With what? Banku?
tilapia. Oh yes, banku is my favorite. I prefer banku over fufu.
Over fufu.
Over fufu.
Welcome to the club. The Banku Club.
Yes, Madasi.
Nice. Nice. Have you experienced any cultural shock yet?
Cultural shock?
Yes. Like you see something, you go like, what is this?
No. No cultural shock.
You see something and you go like, what is this? Like, what is this?
Cultural shock in Ghana? Wow. Oh, so for me, cultural shock was how all of the classes live on each other. Like at a junction, there are the wealthy, and then there are the regular people as well. Whereas in America, it's very separated. The wealthy live over here, middle class over here, poor over here. Here, everyone's together. My family, we're at Aguasi Junction, and I see everyone. That was a cultural shock for me because in America, you know when you're going to a different economic, part. Here, everyone's together. I love that.
Over here.
Yeah, that was shocking for me.
Amazing. But you say this is your second time in Ghana.
This is my second time.
The first time you came, the first one that you came to Ghana, and then you told your people back in the state that you want to come to Africa, what was their response?
They were happy for me. My people were happy for me because a lot of Americans never. Whew. They never get to connect. They never get to connect their heritage.
Wow.
But I got to connect. Yeah.
It's great.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It's an awesome opportunity to be able to connect where you are from, who you are. You know, everybody doesn't get that. I have it.
Why is this so important to you?
Oh gosh. Thank you. Because in America, we learn the history, but when you see it, my family is from Cape Coast, so like to be taught, about the slave castles, and what happened to us. To be
I'm
taught
so sorry
that.
about this.
It's okay. I'm good. I'm a very emotional person, so it's normal for me to cry. We call it letting it out, you know? It's fine, excuse me. But we learn all of our history, you know? But to see it and to be proud and see that here it's not as affected, people are not as affected in an emotional way. You're happy to be here. The way they teach us, it's not as joyful and peaceful, you know? So for me to come here and get peace with that, I love it. I'm so grateful.
Wow.
This park, this man was a man of peace. When I seen the peacocks, that brought me peace. I love birds. But yeah, what I cherish about this park, I'm probably still learning. You know? I'll process a lot when I get home.
So, we made it to Panama. It's beautiful here. I'm on your FYP because either you are thinking about leaving or you decided to leave. So I'm going to tell you step one, that once you made the decision, it's going to be reducing. You got to declutter. Situation may differ, but it's going to take a while to declutter. The house that we moved out of, we had lived in for 15 years, so that means our children were born in that house. So they grew up, a bunch of toys that they don't play with anymore, a bunch of things that we had accumulated that we don't use anymore, and we had to get rid of it. It's a tough process because, you know, these things that you buy on Amazon, you think you need them, but you don't. And then other things are a little bit more difficult. My mom passed away in 2019. There was a lot of stuff that I made sure that I took, but I couldn't take it all. Some stuff I was able to offload to my sister, but some stuff I actually had to say goodbye to. And that's going to be the case for you and whoever else is moving with you. In my case, it was my wife and my 2 children, and children are hyper attached to everything. So there's loss that starts with that. But if you're going to move anywhere, to a different state, out of the country, wherever, you got to get rid of some of that stuff. It took me from January to June to get rid of things. Almost every morning, I was going to the landfill as soon as it opened. At lunchtime, maybe I'd take a run to Goodwill. You could sell things if you had the time. You sold a few things. That's your first step. You can't take it all with you, so you gotta let it go.
The American dream ain't real, never was. It's a bedtime story they tell the poor so we don't wake up and burn the whole system down. Work hard, play by the rules, and you'll make it. Yeah? Then why are millions of us barely scraping by while billionaires hoard enough money to end poverty 100 times over? They tell us it's about effort, that if you're struggling, it's your fault. Not the rigged economy, not the landlords jacking up rent 150% since the 90s, not the fact that minimum wage hasn't kept up with inflation since the 60s, and not the fact that half of us don't have $500 for an emergency while CEOs make that in a second. Nah, it's you. You just didn't try hard enough. I say bullshit. They say go to college, but a degree don't mean nothing when you're drowning in debt you'll never pay off. Student loans in this country total $1.7 trillion. And who profits? The same banks that needed bailouts while we all lost our homes in '08. The same politicians that send their kids to Ivy League schools with no debt, no struggle, and no worries. It was never about giving us a future. It was about trapping us. They say, buy a house. With what? Wages ain't moved in decades. Rent so high, can't even save. The average home price is 5 times what it was in the 80s, and they want to tell us it's just inflation? No, it's greed. It's billionaires and banks buying up homes, turning neighborhoods into playgrounds for the rich, pushing working people into the dirt. They say just get a good job. Where factory jobs are all gone, retail jobs can barely pay rent, healthcare costs can wipe out your whole life savings overnight. They say the economy is booming. But for who? Because it ain't the single mom working 2 jobs just to keep the lights on. It ain't the guy breaking his back in a warehouse with no benefits. And it sure as hell ain't the millions working harder than ever just to stay broke. And then they tell us, well, at least you have freedom. Freedom to what? To die because we can't afford insulin? To work ourselves to death while billionaires ride rockets to space? To choose between rent and food? That ain't freedom. That's a death sentence. The truth is, the American dream is a leash, a scam, a fantasy to keep us obedient, to keep us blaming ourselves instead of the real enemy, the ones who rigged the game in the first place, and they will keep us chasing that lie until the day we die, unless we finally say enough. We don't need to work harder. We don't need to suffer more. We need to take back what's ours. We built this country. We keep it running, and we're the ones struggling? Nah, not anymore. The dream is dead.
When you see people making a decision which we call a bold decision, then you have to know that before someone or before this person made this decision, he had several thoughts. He had several questions asking himself on what will be the repercussion of this, what will be the effect from this decision that I'm going to make. So when, as we are watching the black people making this bold decision of moving from America, from their dreamland, and not only the black people but the white people too, making their own decision, which we called a bold decision, from moving from this country which they have been they have invested, they have believed in for many years, and now they're just turning up a single day and make a decision that we are moving out. We are moving. We're not going for vacation. We are not going for a tour, but we are making a living for good and go to start a life somewhere else. So you have to know that this decision is not just meant for a joke, but it's a decision that has caused someone's pain by making it. We have experienced several clips when the white people, the black people have been making their own decision of relocating from America to African countries while crying, shedding tears.
They never get to connect. They never get to connect their heritage.
Wow.
But I got to connect. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's an awesome opportunity to be able to connect where you are from, who you are. You know, everybody doesn't get that. I have it.
Why is this so important to you?
Oh gosh, thank you. Because in America, we learn the history, but when you see it, my family is from Cape Coast, so like to be taught, you know, about the slave castles and what happened to us. To be taught
I'm so sorry
that.
about this.
It's okay. I'm good. I'm a very emotional person.
Because they are being pained. They're being pained because they never imagined something like this will come to happen. They never imagined. Because the life that they have been passing through, they believed or they know that maybe one day all things will come to be okay. Maybe one day all will be well and all this suffering will come to an end. Maybe one day the governments of these countries will sit down and start to prioritize the people of color or their interest and try to believe, to know that they too deserve to be treated well. They all too deserve to be treated equal and just as other people. But as years goes by, as days moves, nothing's changing, but the situation is continuing to be worse than yesterday. So you find that yesterday or today is more worse than yesterday than the other day. So there is no need of this. There is no need of this because the people of color in the country, in diaspora, have been begging for this, have been begging for equality, have been begging for justice for so long. People have been dying day and night without any action being taken, without justice being found, without anybody coming out to address their issues or their problems. But once the people of the color are deceased, what next? The same government is coming out to defend themselves. You find that a white police have killed a black person without a reason, without any offense. But again, the government itself comes out and defend the person who is concerned of the death of someone who is innocent. So this is how people have been traumatized about. This is how the people of color have been come to feel like they are so tired about these incidents. So at the same time, when you come to Africa, many content creators, many people from Africa have been coming out to TikTok, on internet, on YouTube. They are calling upon their own brothers and sisters from diaspora. They are calling their return. They are calling them because they want a unity. They want a united black person from Africa across the borders. They want the black African and the black American to come and reunite, because we are the people of the same background. We are the same with the people of the same ancestral bondage. So why do you have to suffer in a place that you are not welcomed, in a place that you are not appreciated for any contribution that we are giving out? So that's why we have experienced many people coming out, making their own decision of moving out of these countries, because they sit down and think, if we are being called out there somewhere else, a place that we have never built, but again, in a place that we have built, we have contributed and we have sweated for, we are being oppressed, we are being intimidated, we are being killed, we are being taken just as slaves, as terrorists. So there is no need of continue begging. And that's why today they are making their own decision. That's why today we are watching thousands of them are moving back to Africa, trying to relocate or to trace their identical backgrounds, trying to trace their ancestral DNAs. And we have experienced many of them going in a different countries in Africa, some of them being able to trace their DNAs and finding their original backgrounds. And this is an achievement. This is an achievement. Because this is not an easy task. For you moving from one continent to another continent and go there, you try to trace your ancestral background and you find it. It's not an easy task. So for all the black people who are making this decision to go back to Africa, you are not doing this by mistake. You are not doing this accidentally. You are not doing something that you will come to regret, but you are doing something that even your generation will come to appreciate and will come to be grateful of your own decision that you are making today. Our forefathers, let me say, like the black Americans who were the founders, the slaves, who were taken to America as slaves, they never wanted to go there. They never just go there willingly. They never liked or feel so good of going to that country. But because of them, the power they lost, because they had no other option, because the people that they were fighting with, they were so superior. They had the great weapons that they could have not defeated them even if they come to fight. That's the reason as to why they find themselves existing in those countries, which today their generations after generation have been oppressed, have been killed, have been destroyed. And even at this time, we have seen many coming out to ask for forgiveness, ask for what, but they are not doing this because they want. They are not doing this from their own heart deeply, but they are doing this because of what is happening, because of what is happening against them, because of what they are passing through today. They believed that suffering was only meant for the black people. They believed that the problems, the oppression was only meant for the black people. But immediately after they voted for the current regime, and they come to realize that this regime is not supporting them. All that they have been expecting to get from their government is no more coming out. People are working more than 3 jobs in a day, but they are not able to sustain their own needs. They are not able to feed themselves, to pay for their own bills. That's why today they're coming out to speak all this. That's why today we are watching them coming out. They're so surprised, they're so confused on the way the blacks are reacting about these situations, on a way on how the blacks are so silent about the issues. So they are coming out to speak this because it has hit them. They have been hated too. And all that they are passing through is what the other people have been passing through many years. The black people in America have never no peace, have never no justice, have never no a freedom. You walk in a land, you live in a land or in a place where when you find yourself walking around the streets, you feel yourself so guilty. You feel yourself suspicious because the people who are looking at you, they just see you as a terrorist. They just see you as a they just see you as a slave, as a suspect, but they don't recognize you they don't appreciate your presence. So this is the reason as to why they have come out to make this decision that we are calling bold. And now, we know that this not just started yesterday or today, but it has started many years ago. We have seen many coming, but they were just coming here as tourists. They were just coming as vacations, but they never had that idea of moving for good and coming to start a new life. Until the time most of them started to come and coming to experience the best life in Africa, the good climate, the good food, the best foods, the good cultural practices, and best temperatures. And that's why they come out to start to speak to their own people that the way we were told about Africa is not how it is. Africa is somewhere, and it's a different place as how we are being told of it. And that's why today we are watching thousands, and dozens are packing their goods, going for good, and not having the idea or a target of going back soon. So I hope for those people who are in a process, maybe they're feeling like we have to go. You don't have to take your time. You don't have to waste time. You don't have to think of it so much, but you have to just make it easy. Make it easy because this is your time. Make a decision before it's too late, so that even your generation will come to appreciate your effort and your decision. Today we are speaking, but tomorrow we need to see actions. Actions, talking and making speeches here always will not make a solution, will not bring a conclusion. We have to work and achieve the Kwame Nkrumah's agenda of the unity of the black people across the world. We have to do it before it's too late. We have to do it with no hesitation, because if we sit down and start to, you will find yourself you are too late about this. Until next time, I'll not take much of your time. Let's me know in the comment section. Really know what do you feel about this. What are you planning? I'm talking about the black diasporans. What are you thinking? If you are not yet relocated from that country, what are you planning? Because you have to make the decision of majority, and the majority have already made the decision, which today when you ask them on how they are thinking, how they are feeling of where they've gone, they will tell you that you are wasting time. Africa is the best place to be. The money that you are spending to pay your rent in America, you can use that money here in Africa to buy a piece of land. The money that you spend in your rent in 5 months, it can help you in Africa to buy a piece of land and build your home, set up your business, and make your life so comfortable. So in Africa, this is the only place that you can enjoy and explore the life that you had, the life of your dream, without any inconveniences, without any harassment, without any oppression, because you are going to the people who just look similar like you, the people who are so welcome, the people who are so appreciative for any little contribution that you give out to the community. Until next time, let's meet in the comment section. Let's meet on the next episode. Don't stop coming here. Don't stop supporting this channel, The Kenyan Explorer. I'm here each and every day to make sure that I deliver what you deserve to hear from across the world, across Africa. Until next time, I come to the time. Thank you very much, and be blessed. Watching from, I love you and appreciate your support. Thank you and be blessed.